Hi everyone, it is Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have a reformer workout for you using resistance bands. I have my squeeze resistance bands today. As always, I will have the props linked in the description below. I'm going to use a medium setting for my bands. I do have a light as well, just in case. Now, these squeeze bands are the fabric bands, so they're a little more challenging than the cheaper bands that I usually use. So that's why I have the light just in case. So again, I have a medium and a light band. If you have ones that are super stretchy, if I had the cheaper ones, it would be a medium to heavy bands. Again, I have the fabric bands, a little more challenging, so I'm gonna go a medium and a light. So we're gonna get started. Foot bars are all the way down. I'm going one heavy, one light spring on my reformer for abs and arms. And then the bands are gonna go around our legs above our knees. Now, for abs and arms, if you wanna go lighter, heavier, you can always go lighter, heavier. I always go towards like a medium setting. Again, that is my heavy and my light spring. We're gonna go ahead and lie ourselves down onto our carriages. Again, band should be around our legs above our knees. Once we get down here, we're gonna find a neutral spine. I'm gonna reach behind me, grab my short loops into my hands. And then once I grab a hold of my short loops, my arms are gonna go straight up to the ceiling. Hands are gonna be right over our shoulders. Neutral spines again, and then those knees are going up into a tabletop position. Now, since we have the band around our legs today, I'm gonna have my knees just slightly apart so I have just a little tension of my band, and then my feet are going to be together. So feet together, knees apart for this whole series. I'm gonna exhale and just press my arms straight down to the mat, and then I'm inhaling to reach back up for my reach and pull. I'm exhaling again to pull my arm straight down, and I'm inhaling to return back up, feeling my lats as always engaging as I pull. So those nice big muscles that run up and down the sides of our backs. And then again, just inhaling to return back up with control. Exhale to pull, inhale, return. And as I pull down, I'm drawing my abs in and up. So scooping into my core. Let's go ahead and just do two more like that. And then last one, exhale to pull, and then inhale, return. Now, once we come back up, we're gonna pause. We're gonna add in with this. So the next time I pull my arms down, I'm gonna pull the band apart with my knees for abduction, and then I'm gonna inhale and release. Exhale every time I pull my arms down towards the carriage. I'm pulling my band, I'm pulling my knees apart, and then when I return my arms, I return my legs. Exhale, pull. Inhaling as we release. The feet stay together the entire time as we pull the band apart, and then inhale, release. Exhale, pull. Inhale, release. Again, abduction, outsides of the legs, outsides of the glutes. This is gonna be the last one. Exhale, pull, and inhale, release. Now we're gonna pause at the top. Make sure those knees stay in your tabletop position. We're gonna add in our ab curls next. So I'm gonna press my arms down, nod, curl, pull my band apart with my knees still, and then inhale, return back down with control. Exhale, press, curl, pull those bands apart. Inhaling as we return. So again, outsides of the legs and the glutes, we are curling right to our bra lines. And then when we come down, we're returning it down with control. Exhale, press, curl, pull, and then inhale, return. Let's go ahead and do just a couple more here. All right, last one on this one. We're gonna hold ourselves up into our curls. We're gonna release a pull, and then we're gonna pull that band apart again. We're gonna inhale, release, and exhale, pull. Again, we're holding our ab curls right from that bra line. Eyes are looking to your core. Arms and wrists stay long. We pull, release, we pull, release. I'm feeling my quads. I'm feeling my abductors for 4, 2, and 1. All right, arms up, heads down. We can relax our feet, and then we can just give ourselves a little bit of a stretch. Now, we are gonna do one more thing here. We're gonna add in a little movement of the arms in our ab curls while pulling the legs apart again. So my arms will go back up to the ceiling, knees up into a tabletop position again, feet together, knees can be slightly apart. We are pressing to curl back up. We're pausing at the top. Now as I pull my knees apart, I'm gonna open my arms out to a T, and then as I press my palms to hit my hips, I'm gonna let my knees come back together. So we're gonna inhale, open this time, and exhale, come back together. Inhale, open, pull that band apart. Exhale, right back together. Hold those curls. Again, every time we open the arms, we open the knees. As we exhale to press our palms to our hips, we release the pull. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. All right, arms up, heads down. Relax the feet, and then we can just give ourselves a nice little stretch. Now, the bands are gonna go around our ankles next. Then once we get them around the ankles, our arms are gonna go back up to the ceiling. Again, hands right over our shoulders, neutral spines, knees go back up into our tabletop position. Now this time, obviously the knees and the feet are a little wider. I just want a little tension of that band so it's not loose. Knees, feet are the same distance away. Back into ab curls with leg extensions. I'm gonna press, curl, extend my legs out to a challenging level. I inhale to return back down with control. Again, exhale, press, curl, extend. Inhaling as I return back down. My abs are drawing in as I reach my legs out. Again, I'm curling right to my bra line. I'm gonna go ahead and do 3 more. 2. All right, now on this last one, we're gonna hold ourselves out. Ready? We're gonna pull the band apart, release, pull, release, pull, release. Hold those curls, arms, wrists are long. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, arms up, heads down. You can relax the feet again. And then we can just give ourselves, again, a nice little stretch. Now, the band stays in between or around our ankles, not in between, around our ankles. We're gonna do that same pull of the band apart, but we're adding in our arms again. So let's extend them back up to the ceiling, knees up into our tabletop position. I'm gonna press, curl, extend back out, hold. Now as I pull my band apart, I'm opening my arms out to a T. I'm exhaling to come back. Inhale, open, pull that band apart, exhale back. Abs are drawing in. Feel those lats and biceps engage. We're gonna go for 3. Pull that band apart as much as you can. 2, 1, and turn back down. Give it a nice little stretch. Now we're gonna move into some triceps. The band is going to stay around our left ankle, and it's gonna go into the arch of our right foot. My elbows are just gonna go into my ribs for a tricep press. And when my knees are in a tabletop position here, my left foot is a little higher than my right foot, so I have a little bit of a stagger. And now as I press my palms down for a tricep press, I'm gonna push my right leg out, keep my left knee in the same spot, and then as I bend my elbows, I'm gonna bend my right knee. So every time I push into that tricep extension, I'm pushing my right leg out and in, then that left leg needs to stay. So you're gonna feel those left quads. Now, if you wanna add in an ab curl, you can do an ab curl every time you come up, or if you wanna hold that abdominal curl the entire time, you can hold the curl the entire time. It is up to you. We're gonna go for 3, 2, and 1. Relax back down, and then we are going to switch sides. So it's gonna be on the arch of your left foot and around your right ankle. We're gonna pin those elbows back into your sides for triceps. Knees go up into a tabletop position. Again, right foot is higher than our left foot now. When we press our palms down for tricep extension, we extend the left leg out. Make sure that right leg doesn't get pulled away. Bend to return back in. Press and extend. bend to come back in, exhale, inhale. Now again, if you want to add in ab curls to make those a little more challenging, you can either curl up every time and then let your heads go down when you bend, or you can hold your curl like me the entire time. Again, make sure that that right leg doesn't get pulled away from the body. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Okay, set those bands just off to the sides for now. We will use them later. Arms will go back up to the ceiling. Neutral spine still, knees go up into our tabletop position. Legs are zipped together, arm circles. I'm gonna press my arms down to the mat, open them out to the sides just to circle around and back up. I'm exhaling to pull, and then I'm inhaling to circle. Now, if you would like to incorporate any single leg extensions, double leg extensions, ab curls, I will leave that up to you for your arm circles today. I can make them easy, I can make them challenging. I'm doing single leg extensions, but again, that is up to you. Now, the next time you press your palms to your hips, pause at your hips in reverse. So we're going up to the ceiling, out to a T. We're exhaling to press our palms to our hips. Out, up, exhale to press. Again, leg extensions, singles, doubles, or your ab curls, 100% up to you today for your arm circles. If you just want to keep your knees in tabletop and your heads down, you can do that. If you want to challenge yourselves a little more, you can add in 2 more. And then last one. Now, once those arms go back up, I'm gonna relax my feet back down, hang up my straps up onto the pegs, and then we're gonna sit off to the sides of our reformers. Foot bars are gonna go back up to the starting position. Now, when we get here, I'm gonna grab my band again. It's gonna go back around my legs, above my knees. And then once I get my band on, I'm going to just do, for me personally, I'm just gonna do 3 heavy springs today for footwork. We're gonna do some single leg stuff. If you're curious where I judge my springs, for me, 2 heavies and a medium would be a lighter setting. 3 heavies would be like a medium setting for my legs. And then 3 heavies and a light would be a heavier setting for my singles. Your scale might be a little different, but just know I'm gonna go to a medium with 3 heavy springs. You can go heavier than that, you can go lighter than that, it's up to you, but we are doing single legs for your footwork. So foot bars are up, we're gonna lie ourselves down. Headrest can either be up or down to start. That is up to you. If they're up, they will have to go down at the end of this series, but they can be up to begin. All right, heels are gonna go onto the foot bar, parallel with each other. As always, just about that fist distance away with the heels. Our right heel stays on the foot bar, left knee goes up into a tabletop position. We're gonna exhale to push the carriage out, and then we're gonna inhale, bend to come back in. Again, we're exhaling away today, and then we're inhaling back. And the idea for singles, as always, is that pelvis is staying still, the sacrum stays heavy, the left knee stays in the same spot the entire time. Exhale, push, inhale back. So just making sure as we push away, our left knee doesn't get pulled away from our body. Now this is the last one on the right heel. And then once we come in, we'll pause. Left heel in the foot bar, right knee up into our tabletop position. Again, we can exhale to push, inhale back, exhale away, inhale back. Again, sacrum heavy, pelvis still, right leg stays in the same spot. It does not get pulled away from the body. I want the work on the way out today. Hence the exhale on the way out and inhale back. We have 2 more on the left heel, and then last one. Now, once we come in, pause in, arches of our feet are gonna go onto the foot bar. They're gonna stay that same distance away from each other. Right arch stays on, left knee up into a tabletop position. Again, we're gonna exhale to push and inhale back. Out and in. I'm squeezing my glute too when I push away so I can get that glute max, quad hamstring all firing. I have 3 more on this right leg. And then last one. Then the arch of our left foot goes on, right knee goes up into our tabletop position. Again, we can exhale, push, inhale, resist, exhale away, and inhale back. Two more. And then last one. All right, now once we come back in, we're gonna pause. Toes, balls of our feet go onto the foot bar. All 10 toes are on. We have a little lift of the heels. Right toes, balls of the feet stay on. Left knee tabletop. Push out, bend to come back in. I'm keeping that little lift of my right heel. I'm evenly weighted throughout all 5 of my toes. Really feeling my quad working here. Keeping my left knee in the same spot. I have 3 more with this right leg. Really feeling that quad. And 1. And then once we come back in, pause in, left toes, balls of our feet go on. Right knee tabletop. Again, we can exhale to push and inhale back. Out and in. Again, a little lift of that heel. That's going to engage that quad just a little more with that lift. Four more. And then last one. Ooh, okay. Pausing with our carriages all the way back in. I'm going to take my heels back onto the foot bar parallel with each other. Again, just about that fist distance away, so about that sits bones distance away with our feet. And then we're going to move into some bridges, so make sure that your headrests go all the way down. I'm going to start with an inhale in my neutral spine. On an exhale, I'm going to flatten my low back down into the mat. And I'm rolling my spine up off the carriage 1 vertebrae at a time. I'm thinking about sending my tailbone to the backs of my knees, taking an inhale at the top, and then I'm exhaling to roll my spine all the way back down. Again, I'm inhaling in my neutral. I'm exhaling to flatten and peel up 1 vertebrae at a time, taking an inhale at the top, and then again exhaling to articulate my spine back down 1 bone at a time. Okay, now this next time we come up, we're gonna go ahead and pause at the top. So hold yourselves up into your bridges. On our next exhale, we're gonna pull the band apart even more with our knees, and then we're gonna inhale, release. We're gonna pull and release. A lot of abduction today. So outsides of the legs, outsides of the glutes. Pull, release, pull, release. Hold those bridges for 3, 2. Now on this last one, we're gonna pull apart and hold. And then this time we're gonna do little pulses of our legs out. So keep the pull and pulse the knees out, 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 out for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna roll our spines all the way back down. Bring it back into our neutral. Now we're going into our Pilates V. So heels are together, toes are turned apart. Make sure that the toes and the knees stay turned apart. The band doesn't pull the legs back together. 3 bridges. We're flattening and rolling up in that Pilates V. We're taking an inhale at the top, and then we're rolling our spines all the way back down. If you have a cramp like me, you can pause and stretch. Rolling up 1 bone at a time. And then thinking evenly weighted throughout the right and the left side as we roll back down. Now this next time we come up, we're gonna pause at the top. So hold at the top, we're gonna pull the band apart again, release, pull, release. Get those abductors firing. Pull, release, pull, release. Hold those bridges. 4, 3, all right, now this next time we pull, we're gonna hold little pulses out, 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 out. Only pulse out. 4, 3, 2, 1, release, and then roll our spines all the way back down. Okay, now once we come down, we can bring it back into neutral spine. We're gonna go toes, balls of our feet to the center of the foot bar, parallel, sits bones distance away. So again, just about that fist distance away with the toes. We're gonna push our carriages all the way out, and then we're going into our run. So I'm gonna bend one knee, lower the opposite heel, and then we're just taking that run at our own pace. Nice high heels. Okay, let's lower both heels underneath the foot bar, just stay for a little calf and Achilles stretch there. Then we can lift our heels up, bend our knees, bring our carriages back in, and then we'll sit off to the sides of our reformers. Okay, when we sit ourselves off to the sides, I'm gonna go 2 heavy springs. We're gonna do a little sideline series using the band. So the bands are gonna stay around our legs. If you would like to make it a little heavier, you can always add on a light spring with these 2 heavies. I'm gonna stay with my 2 heavies today just because we are adding on the band. It makes it a little more challenging. And then the ball will be an option. If you don't have one, you don't have to use one. But if you would like to put it into your headrest to act like a little pillow, you can. Otherwise, you can use your arm to support your head. You can use a yoga block to support your head. If you want a little elevation, you can lift your headrest up. It is up to you, whatever feels best comfort-wise. We're gonna lie ourselves down on the right side of our bodies to begin. Again, I'm using a ball for underneath my head. Again, that is an option. The left foot is gonna go onto the foot bar. Toe should be all the way forward. The left knee is gonna be lifted so that it's right in line with our hip, and then our shoulders and hips are stacked. On an exhale, we're gonna push the carriage out with our heel, and then we're gonna inhale, bend to come back in. Exhale away, inhale back. You know what? I'm gonna add on a light spring with that. I can challenge myself a little more. I'm going 2 heavies and a light today. Push. Oh yeah, that's better. And then resist to come back. And I'm probably gonna regret this a little later, but I'm gonna try to push myself a little harder today. Exhale away, inhale back. Again, I'm pushing into my heel and I'm squeezing my glutes so I can get right into that glute max. Quads obviously working, hamstrings obviously working. We're gonna push out 3 more times. Now on this last one, we're gonna bend to come halfway in, hold halfway, little pulses of our carriage for 8, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way out, and then all the way back in. Okay, this is where the band is gonna hurt the most. The heel stays on. We're gonna externally rotate, so toes, knees point up to the ceiling. Ooh, already feel those abductors. Push out, and in, out, and in. Keep the toes and knees pointed up, pulling that band apart. Push and resist. Let's go for 4, 2, and then on this last one, we're gonna come halfway, pause, little pulses. 3, 2, 1, push out. Woo. And then all the way back in. Okay. Once we come in, our toes, balls of our feet go back onto the foot bar. We internally rotate. The heel is going to be lifted up. Think the heel is pointed to the ceiling and the toes are pointed to the floor for our internal rotation. We can push out on that exhale, and then again, inhale back, pushing away, and then just kind of resisting as we come back in. Exhale to push, and inhale back for that internal. Keep that heel lifted higher than the toes the entire time. Try to get to a straight leg and bend. 3 more. All right, last one. Again, we're gonna go halfway in, pause, pulsing for 8, 3, 2, 1, out, and in. Okay, relax. We're gonna flip over to the other side, and then we have the same thing on the other side. Again, our hips, our shoulders are stacked. Our right foot goes onto the foot bar. The toe should be towards the front. The foot is parallel. Right knee is lifted so that it's in line with the hip. We're gonna exhale to push the carriage away, and then again, inhale, bend to come back in. Making sure when we go out and in, the band doesn't pull the left leg away from the body. That left leg just stays in the same spot, and the band does not pull the right knee down towards the floor. So it stays lifted in line with our hips. Dig into that heel, squeeze the glute as we push out, and then again, just resisting to come back in. Three. All right, last one. Again, we're gonna go halfway and pulse for 8. 3, 2, 1, push out, and then come all the way back in. Whew, okay. Externally rotate so that heel stays on. We're gonna point the toes, knees up to the ceiling. Make sure that they stay pointed up there. We can push out and in right away into that external rotation so we can get this series over with. Push, resist, push, resist. Keep those toes, knees pointed up. Keep pulling that band apart. Woo! The side is always so much worse for me. 3 more. And then on this last one, halfway, pulse for 8. 2, 1, out. Ooh, and in. Okay, last thing will be our internal rotation. So toes, balls of your feet go on, toes point to the floor, heel points up. We can push out, and then again, bend to come back in, out, and in. Keep that heel lifted to squeeze that glute as we push out again. Toes pointed to the floor, heel pointed to the ceiling for our internal rotation. 3 more. All right, last one. Come halfway, pulse for 8. 3, 2, 1, out and in. Okay, we're gonna sit ourselves off to the sides. We are not done with our bands quite yet. Balls, if you have them, can just go off to the sides. And then we are gonna go on to just one heavy spring. Now, we are gonna continue with some legs and some glutes. If you want it heavier and you wanna go a heavy and a light spring, feel free to go heavy, light. I'm just gonna stay on the single heavy. Bands stay around your legs. We're gonna step up onto our reformers. The toes are gonna be at the edge of the carriage, and then we're gonna start with the right foot staying on the carriage and the left foot going onto the wooden platform. I'm gonna push my carriage out first with my right leg, and then I'm gonna bend my left knee from here. I'm gonna keep my left knee bent. I'm gonna bend my right knee to bring my carriage in, and I'm gonna push my right leg out. So I bend my right, and I extend, I bend, and I extend. My left knee stays bent the entire time. Again, I'm squeezing my glute to go out. You know what? Again, I'm challenging myself a little more. I'm at it on that light spring. I'm going one heavy, one light. I can do a little more. Out, in, squeeze those glutes. Keep that left knee bent. Think abs are in. Let's go. 5, 4, 2, and 1. Ooh, okay, come back in. Right foot stays on the carriage, left foot stays on the wooden platform. Rotate to the right side of the room into a quick side split series. The more narrow we have our feet, the harder it is to push out and in. The wider we have our feet, the easier it is to push out and in. We can push the carriage away and resist in. And I'm not going too far with this cloth band. It really does not stretch much. exhale, push, inhale, resist. Now make sure it's both legs pushing you out, both legs back in. Both legs push, both legs back in. So we're not pushing out with one side and leaning. We're staying nice and straight with our spine. Out and in, back into, again, those abductors. Lots of abduction today. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, okay, pause in. Rotate to the foot bars. We're gonna go right foot on the wooden platform, left toes balls over our feet at the edge of the carriage. I'm gonna push out with my left leg, bend my right knee, keep the right knee bent. We're gonna bend the left, push, bend, press. I'm not going to a fully extended leg just because my band won't allow it, but if you can, try to get to a full extension of that left leg. Squeeze your booty as you go out and in. Again, think abs are in, right leg stay slightly bent the entire time. 4 more. 2 and 1. Okay, stand back up, rotate to the left side this time. Again, the wider our feet, the easier it's gonna be to push on it in. We're gonna push away, resist in, push out, resist in. So back into those abductors, out, sides of the legs, and glutes. Ooh, really feeling those. Push, resist, push, resist. Again, both legs push away, both legs bring it back in. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Okay, rotate back towards your foot bar. Take your bands off, set them to the sides. Now, we're going into core. So you have the option to go onto the heavy and light spring, or you can just do one heavy, which is gonna make it a little more challenging. Hands are wide on your foot bar, thumbs are with your fingers. I'm just doing one heavy to make it a little more challenging. I'm gonna step my right foot back to the shoulder block, heel is gonna be lifted, left foot back, heel is lifted, and we're gonna push our carriages out so our legs are long. Now, long stretch, we're gonna push the carriage out with our arms, and we're gonna pull in. The range of motion is up to you. You can push out 3 inches, you can push out 3 feet. Again, up to you. Legs long, abs are in, butts are down. Arms push, arms pull, arms push, arms pull. Let's go for 2 and 1. All right, now once we come in, we can lift our hips. We can walk our heels a little further forward. We can give ourselves a little bit of a stretch back. And then we just have a couple more things for our plank. So again, hands are gonna stay on our foot bar wide, thumbs are with our fingers. I'm gonna shift my weight forward again, step 1 foot back, the other foot back, push into your plank and hold. Now those arms are gonna push us back out and they're gonna stay here. We're gonna bend the knees this time, extend the legs, inhale, bend, exhale, press. The arms aren't moving, they're staying pushing you out. My chest is over my springs and not over the foot bar. I bend my knees, I exhale to stretch, I inhale to bend, exhale, stretch. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lift the hips, drop those heels. Again, give yourselves a nice little stretch back. And then the last thing that we're gonna do here for core will be our pikes. Again, I'm staying on my red. If you need them easier, you can go to a heavy and a light. I'm staying on my just heavy spring. Step your heels back, lift them up high, push the carriage out with your legs. All right, the arms push us out again, pause. So the arms now stay. I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, hike my hips, legs stay long, legs push back out. Tuck, hike, push back out again. My chest stays over my springs this time. So my arms are still pushing the carriage out. Tuck, pike, press back out. I'm scooping into my abs to lift my hips up, and then I'm pushing out. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Okay, drop the heels, step off to the sides. Last thing that we're gonna do will be some leg circles. I'm gonna go just to 2 heavy springs. If you wanna go 2 heavies and a light to make it a little heavier, you can. That'll just add in a little more work for your inner thigh stay. Again, I'm just doing 2 heavies. We can lie down onto our reformers. Head rest up or down, that is up to you. Grab your long loops and they go onto our feet. Again, we're just doing leg circles to open up our hips here. So once we get our straps on, legs are going up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. We're gonna settle into my neutral. Feet are parallel, legs are together. We're gonna lower the legs down towards our springs, and then we're gonna open them wide out to the sides, circle around, back up. We go straight down, we open wide to circle around and back up. Again, maintaining our neutral spines. I want nice big circles so we can really open up our hips. Exhale, lower. Inhaling as we circle around and back up. All right, I'm gonna do 2 more. And then last one. Now, once I come up, I'm gonna pause and then I'm gonna reverse. So we're gonna open our legs wide, press them down around, zipping them together, and then hinging at the hips to come back up. Open, down around, and hinge. Again, sacrum just stays heavy, pelvis stays still. Feeling those inner thighs working to zip our legs together. We're gonna do 3 more in this direction. And then last one. Okay, now once we come back up, we're gonna pause. Do not worry about your neutral spines here. I'm gonna go my right ankle to my left knee. Then I'm gonna bend my left knee to get into a figure 4 stretch. You can either push your right knee out away from you here, or you can just kind of relax into the stretch. If this doesn't work, going right ankle to left knee or thigh, if you're too tight, you can always go your ankle to your shin or even ankle to ankle and hold that stretch. Whatever works for your bodies. And obviously you will lose tension in your right loop. Just let it go. And as always for the stretches, we're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. I just want a nice big stretch for the outside of your right glute. Okay, and then I'm gonna extend my left leg, unwrap my right, and we're gonna go left ankle, right knee. Again, if that doesn't work, you can go ankle to shin, you can go ankle to ankle, and then if you'd like a deeper stretch, you can push your left knee out away from. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. All right, let's do 1 more deep inhale, 1 more deep exhale. And then we can untangle ourselves. Last thing, we're gonna take the bottoms of the feet together, let the knees open wide. Again, don't worry about your neutral spine. You can either pull your straps towards you, you can pull your ankles towards you. If you wanna press your knees a little further out, you can. Open up your hips, open up those inner thighs. All right, let's do 1 more deep inhale, 1 more deep exhale. And then we can take our straps off of our feet. we can go ahead, hang them back up onto the pegs. And then once we hang them up, we can just sit ourselves off to the sides. We are all finished with that workout. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, thank you so much for joining me today.